Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
In your face.
Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. Airing it out deep for Smith. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
An early message that this secondary is going to be tested, because even though it fell incomplete, it almost felt like a warning shot to get things going.
On the return is Peterson. Well, that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll find Gibson here complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Vegas, 1st down.
Got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Antonio Gibson.
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
And 9 at the Cardinals' 49-yard line.
2nd and 9 now. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas.
The pass.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Max Crosby.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Good for a Cardinal.
This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
56, 56. Check 43. Check, cross.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 30.
Now they try the right side here. And that play is blown up. Losing yardage back at the 35. That'll wind up as a loss on the play. So now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. The last 2 plays, each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Throwing now is Allen. And it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
They'll take over.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense if you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Eluding the pressure right. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Gibson. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Leon Jacobs brought him down. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
With no score.
Second and 9. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Flush to his right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, and that'll make it 3rd down.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And nothing there on the return. They've got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positive moving forward.
And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of right around 30 on a play that began way back inside the 5. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. On play action, Allen. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Cardinals. Andy Isabella, his 19th touchdown now on the season, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0.
Makes the score Cardinals 7, Raiders nothing.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Now Jones. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. And now the throw taken in by Chark. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him, and I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But it really increased it in recent seasons because the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
And 10.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Allen now looks to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And now here's a carry heading left. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
Max Crosby on the tackle.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10. At the Raiders' 11.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Allen off the play fake. Out to his left. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Donald Parham, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Cardinals 14. Raiders nothing.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Flushed out right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it's 2nd down.
I'll tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Being chased out left. And that'll be incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number. Not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
So 1 first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on 3rd down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
This is taken around the 12. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now Allen. Rolling to his left. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 40. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. On first down, Allen. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Right back to him for 10 more and a first. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this 3rd quarter of action. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
24-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, Are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The two big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
First down, Las Vegas.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. There was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
They throw right away. That's complete out on the right side. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Gain of 8. Brings up second.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And a good job by the Raider defense yet again as they drop him for a second straight loss. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
And 3.
To the air, Allen. Able to find Isabella. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. Andy Isabella with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game. So they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Las Vegas.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. DJ Chark, the intended target. And now it's second down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And that's going to be incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And this is caught at the 20. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. DJ Chark, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Raiders get a score closer. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now a handoff as they run left side. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
To throw, it's Allen. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 23-yard line.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. Now they'll run it on the toss. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over.
At the 49-yard line.
On 1st down, Gibson. Give the tackle there to Keon Crossan.
Ball carrier.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Gibson. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45.
21.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. This is complete to Michael Thomas. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot, and that time he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get into the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. Always has to protect the football because there's always going to be people around.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
On 2nd and 9, Allen is going to find his running back. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
On the tackle. A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 41-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
He's brought down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
3rd and 11.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. On play action, Allen steps away. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he lost the football. He's thankful right now for that sideline because it could have been a fumble loss, instead just a fumble, though they will have to punt it now.
You're right about that, but do you think there's ever been a player happier to see his own punter go on the field than him?
No.
I mean, not at all, right? How fortunate is he that they got a chance to punt it away, and it's not just a turnover at the spot.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Arizona. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line. Chandler Jones, a former All-Pro, in on the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at the 19.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2 at the 11-yard line.
First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming. 3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. That's once again complete to Chark. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now a handoff looking right. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
And 4.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen on the move to his left. And that will be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking two plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
And the Las Vegas first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll look to throw. That's caught by Waller out left side. Now there's the timeout signaled for with 2 seconds to go. And the field goal unit likely trying to send this one to overtime. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. With 2 seconds left in regulation, this to force overtime. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will tie us at 24 all. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And this is going to be incomplete. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Forced out to his left. And incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. In need of a 3rd and 10 conversion to keep this opening drive of OT alive. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a 1st down.
First down.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
They throw again on 2nd down. This one's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 16 yards, a 1st down.
16 yards.
Part of the reason we're in overtime, all the interceptions he's thrown in this game, but that was a good throw right there.
Hey, he's really not daunted, is he, partner? I mean, it's been interception palooza for him, and he's still pushing it downfield, trying to make a play, and he was successful on that throw.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up just short of the 1st down at the Cardinals' 21. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
1 yard line. It's a gain of 6. 1st down, Las Vegas.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Dancing to his left, and that is incomplete here. And now 3rd and very long. Are you cautious here?
I think you have to be, because the first mantra of any football game is don't lose it. Then you give yourself a chance to win it. And if you go ahead and force something now, take a big shot that doesn't pay off, you didn't help your defense out at all.
Yeah, especially here in overtime. Probably thinking they got to be careful not to force anything here in overtime. This is 3rd and a mile right now. And that is incomplete.
The pass. Incomplete on the throwaway. Brings up 4th down.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to at least get them a lead here in overtime. And this one is no good. He missed it. And that changes everything here in OT.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Hunt. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Foyesade Aluakan made the tackle there from his safety position.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights.
27.
We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about, a long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So for the Cardinals, the wins keep coming as this one moves them to 12-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, their playoff hopes take a big hit as they fall to 8-7. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.